Take a highly intelligent, deeply rational person. Put them in a relationship that systematically dismantles their peace of mind, and they often stay long after the logic for leaving has become undeniable. Observers often misinterpret this paralysis as a lack of willpower or simple naivety. In reality, intelligence and education provide no protection. Toxic dynamics are designed to bypass the rational mind entirely and target the deepest parts of human vulnerability. The trap disguises itself through a period of effortless perfection. It creates a mirror that reflects every desire and insecurity back at the victim, making the initial connection feel like the ultimate form of being understood. To understand why the exit feels so impossible, we have to deconstruct the toxic relationship as a highly engineered behavioral system. For the vast majority of human history, belonging to a group was the primary requirement for survival. To our ancestors, physical isolation meant death. Our modern brains still carry this ancient hardware. When an emotional bond is threatened, the brain interprets that potential separation as a literal threat to your biological existence. This creates a dangerous confusion between two distinct internal systems. As these pathways illustrate, love is built on stability and trust. Attachment, however, is a biological mandate fueled by spikes of craving and dependency. While your conscious mind seeks the peace found in love, your attachment system can operate on a much deeper, irrational level, clinging to a source of pain because it fears the death of isolation more. This prehistoric biological vulnerability is the foundation that a manipulative partner can invisibly exploit. The transformation of a relationship into a psychological prison happens through a gradual, step-by-step progression. Step 1 begins with intense affection. It builds a foundation of absolute, unwavering trust. Step 2 introduces inconsistent validation. Support becomes conditional, and the emotional ground begins to shift. Step 3 brings frequent criticism. This intentional imbalance forces the victim into a defensive, reactive state. Finally, Step 4 creates constant uncertainty. The person who was once a safe space is now the primary source of panic, keeping the victim in a loop of trying to earn back the affection of Step 1. This loop is powered by a clinical behavioral engine called intermittent rewards. Unpredictable affection forces the brain into a state of extreme, hyper-focused anticipation. By withdrawing and returning affection at random, the manipulator hardwires the victim's emotional investment. This unpredictability is the engineered mechanism of the trap, designed to maximize dependency. The darkest result of this cycle is trauma bonding. At this stage, the victim becomes profoundly dependent on the intoxicating relief that comes with temporary reconciliation. They endure the pain of the low phases, specifically to reach the biochemical high of the affection returning. Our modern world amplifies this ancient vulnerability by pairing it with constant digital stimulation. When we combine prehistoric attachment fears with the modern pressures of dating apps and the constant comparison of social media, the need for external validation increases. This digital landscape exploits our fear of being replaceable, making the promise of a deep bond, even a toxic one, feel like a necessary shield against isolation. Seeking a relationship for core identity and security makes a person highly susceptible to anyone offering to fill that void, regardless of their methods. The entire toxic system relies on the victim's unawareness to remain functional. Breaking these invisible chains requires a structured 3-step cognitive progression. Step 1. Awareness creates distance. Naming the tactic makes you an observer. Step 2. Distance creates perspective. You view the manipulation from above, seeing the entire maze. Step 3. Perspective creates choice. Visible patterns destroy automatic responses, letting you choose. Dismantling the machine requires understanding its mechanics so thoroughly that the inputs no longer produce the intended result. True healing goes deeper than the act of leaving. It requires a direct interrogation of why the dynamic was tolerated in the first place. Empowering yourself starts with asking why you stayed, which uncovers the childhood patterns or ancient biological fears that the manipulator exploited. This self-knowledge allows for the creation of non-negotiable boundaries. A healthy connection allows you to retain your identity, reject constant anxiety, receive basic respect, and protect your emotional well-being without exception. The ultimate goal is a secure relationship with yourself, one that recognizes the difference between genuine affection and psychological control instantly. Your craving for connection was weaponized against you, but with your newfound awareness, that weapon has lost its edge.